Many of you were born into Christian families where there was very little Christian going on. You went to church faithfully because you were told that was the thing to do. Your parents went to church faithfully, but you saw little cost, little cross carrying. It was more about cantatas and nativity scenes and Easter and pretty children dressed up in pretty dresses and proper suits. It was about being faithful in your attendance. It was about hearing sermon after sermon after sermon that was not scriptural. You were presented a gospel by which you were told, pray this prayer and you will be saved. That's a lie. It's not in the New Testament and it's not in church history. It is a lie. You were taken to Sunday school. You were taught verses. You made a lot of friends there. You grew up in that church. And if it was large enough, it provided an entire world for you. There was youth group that had really nothing to do with Scripture. It had more to do keeping the group together by having some wonderful young personality lead them. There were no family devotions. There was no family worship. You never saw your father on his knees in prayer at 4 a.m. when you got up because you were thirsty and going to the kitchen for a drink. You had pastors who catered to carnal people in order to fill their church with carnal people, and they kept having to give carnal people more carnal things in order to keep them there. You grew up in a Christian culture that is not Christian. It's not Christian. The church in America today is like someone trying to pull a ruse on everybody by taking a dead corpse, attaching strings to it, and making it dance. By putting enough lights directed toward it in just the right way so you don't see the pallid face of death, but there appears to be the rosy cheeks of life. It's a ruse. And you young people, you're the product of it. Are you Christian? Jesus said that many would come before Him on that day, and He would say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." But Lord, depart from me, I never knew you. He said also that many would find the path to death, but few would find the path to life. Now the problem with that text and the modern day interpretation of it is this: we're not hearing Him. He's not saying that there is this gigantic world, there's this population of 6 billion people, and only a few of them will be Christian. That's not what He's saying. He's saying among those who call themselves to be my disciples, among them, those who say, Lord, Lord, few will find the path of life. There are people here tonight who believe themselves Christian when they are not Christian. And if you went to your pastor with a troubled soul, instead of knowing how to deal with your soul, he would pronounce peace, peace over you, and the very man who is supposed to lead you to glory is the one who damns you to hell, because he is so ignorant of the gospel and has no ability to deal with souls. Now that is a warning. I do not say it for its shock value. I say it because it is true. Somebody needs to say it. This whole thing is going down the drain, straight into hell, and the ones primarily responsible are the ones who are in the pulpit every Sunday. And I have one opportunity tonight to stop you from going down that drain.